Hello, fellow duelists, this is Shadow of the Moon, and today I'm going to be showing you my wife's zombie deck profile from the Edison format. So, as I have a Blackwing, obviously Edison format deck, she has a zombie, and this deck is a lot of fun because it special summons so much, and being able to tune using Plague Spreader, and being able to bring powerful cards out from your extra deck and everything, and just all in all, this is just a very, very fun deck. Now, this is personal player preference, so if there's other things that she can add in there, that is just completely up to her. This is the deck that she wanted and everything, so I'm not going to discourage her on it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first off, we're going to be running one copy of Kasha. Kasha was in this format. Kasha basically means that if you can return all face-up zombie-type monsters on the hand to when you summon this card, its attack will be increased by the base number of zombie-type monsters on the field by 1,000. So if you have a bunch of zombie-type monsters on the field, this is going to really make it nice and beefy to just run over your opponent. And then 2 copies of Red Eye's Zombie Dragon. If you control Zombie World, you destroy a zombie monster by battle and send it to the graveyard, you can special summon the card front to your side of the field. And then 2 copies of Ryokoki. This is going to be in here from the Pyramid Turtle. Send Pyramid Turtle to the graveyard if you destroy by battle to special summon a 2400 beater. And then 3 Cursed Paladin of the Cursed Dragon. This acts as a mini Red Eye's Zombie Dragon because if it destroys a monster, you can special summon that card to your side of the field. And then 3 copies of Zombie Master. You discard a card to special summon a zombie-type monster from your graveyard, a level 4 or lower zombie-type monster from your graveyard. Very useful in this deck because you're going to constantly be wanting to get those monsters out into the field and then just overwhelming your opponent. 1 copy of Mizuki, because Mizuki, you can banish this card from your graveyard to target a zombie-type monster and special summon it. And then 2 Bone Crusher. This acts as kind of like your MSTs. It's kind of like an extra MST. When it gets special summoned from the graveyard, you can choose a spell and trap on the field and destroy it. And then obviously 3 copies of Pyramid Turtle. Pyramid Turtle is essential because when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a zombie-type monster with 2,000 or 2,000 or less defense directly from your deck. So obviously Ryokoki can be special summoned. Red Eye Zombie Dragon can be special summoned. And then 2 copies of Goblin Zombie. Goblin Zombie is when it's sent to the graveyard, destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. You can add a zombie-type monster with less than 1,200 defense from your deck to your hand. And when it attacks and your opponent's life points directed, they have to send the top card of their deck to the graveyard. And then obviously 1 copy of Plague Spreader, because Plague Spreader was limited to 1. This card's amazing because you can top deck a card to be able to special summon it back from the graveyard. So that's it for the monsters. Let's move on to the spell. So we have 3 copies of Zombie World. Turns everything into the field and into zombies, which is basically the main formula of this deck to be able to use Kasha, Red Eye Zombie Dragon, Paladin of the Cursed Dragon, just everything in general. Then 3 copies of Book of Life. Book of Life is going to help you resurrect your zombie-type monsters and also being able to banish cards from your opponent's graveyard. Obviously, very useful effect. And then 3 copies of Solidarity, because she actually likes the idea of being able to buff. Because one thing about zombie monsters is they do not have a whole lot of attack, especially in this format. So the object is to be able to give them as much attack as possible. And you're going to want to do this because every monster in this deck is basically a zombie type. So as long as you stick with the extra deck, it gives them an additional 800. That is massive. And they do stack. So if you have 2 on the field, you can get 1,600. So yeah, how about that? And then we have 2 copies of Call of the Mummy. If you control no monsters, you can special summon as a zombie-type monster from your hand. And then you have for the normal Heavy Storm, MST, and Giant Trunade to be able to destroy your opponent's backfield and send it back to be able to go into and just wipe them out. And then 1 copy of Soldier of Villain Light. 1 copy of Foolish Burial to start putting your zombies into the graveyard for Zombie Master. And 1 copy because she likes the Lightning Vortex. Alright, so that's going to be it for the spells. Let's move on to the traps. And Shiller runs 3 traps in here. We've got 2 Tutton Mask, which if your zombie monster is targeted by the spell or trap, you can select and destroy it and negate it. And then you have Magic Cylinder, which obviously Magic Cylinder, it's her favorite trap that lets send the direct damage back to them. Alright, so that's going to be it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. So first we have Revived King Hades. This acts as mainly a Dark Roller Hades. Except for it's a zombie. When it destroys effect monsters, a zombie that destroys a monster, the monster's effect is negated. So it basically acts as like a Dark Roller. And then Doom Kaiser Dragon, which resurrects zombie-type monsters in your opponent's graveyard that can help you. And then for the other ones, we've got Thought Roller Archfiend. We've got Iron Chain Dragon because it's just an extra level 6. We've got Flameville. We've got Goyle Guardian. We've got Magical Android. Her favorite dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend. Stardust Dragon, obviously, you gotta have this in the deck. Dark End Dragon. Colossal Fighter. Ally of Justice. Bryonic. Magical Android. And lastly, for the machine players, you've got your Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, I actually kind of think it's really, really good in my opinion. There's a lot of stuff that you can easily change out for it and everything if you don't like it, because I know that she uses just a lot of monsters in her extra deck and everything. So, like I said, it's a personal player preference. She's going to play stuff that you may not like, and this is just meant to be a fun casual deck, something to kind of help you get into Edison format. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this deck profile. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it. And with that, see you guys next time. Later.